things that you can actually be around. It's just a whole different atmosphere. I mean, Philly got a great hip hop scene. Man, when I was in Philly, I was around the top hip hop artists in the city. Which to me is Gilly the Kid. You know what I'm saying? And I got a chance to see a lot of things that other underground artists didn't see. Because I was pretty much rolling out with him. But even then, it still doesn't compare to the things that I could get involved in with myself in a whole nother state, man, with a bigger spectrum.
Yeah, you actually been in the game for a long time. Because when we was talking, you mentioned our sister station. Shouts out to Philly Hott Radio. My man Eric, actually the owner of Philly Hott Radio. But that was about, you say, 4 years ago?
Yeah, it was a while back. How long Philly Hott Radio been down there?
Altogether, we've been out for 6 years. The whole Hott Radio station, 6 years.
Yeah, it had to be at least like 4 years ago because it was before I moved to Atlanta.
So that puts you in the game at least 5+ years, right?
Oh yeah, I've been around since '05 actually. I've been around since '05.
You got 11 years in the game.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about your experience. You've done seen a lot, know a lot, experienced a lot. What's your biggest growth? Because you had to grow in 11 years.
Well, my biggest growth was being able to, change my whole style and, have my own sound. It's not really too many people that you heard, do this, thing of ours that sound like Philly Redface, you know what I'm saying? And it's probably not gonna ever be one because I'm like, trained to be original, and to this day, and it's probably the reason I never got signed to a major label as a younger hip hop artist. They done came at me, since then, little independent art labels, but as far as the majors, as a child, as a younger artist, was probably because I never recorded over an industry, like, say if it's a hot song on the radio right now, and every artist in the city want to do a remix to that song. I never did that, ever. I always stuck to originality and tried to get it done my own way, and that's my biggest growth right there, is sticking to what I want to do and not being like nobody else. Not being a follower.
Awesome. Who inspired you? Because I, been around you a little bit. We'll talk about that video shoot when we get to that last track. But who inspired you to have because it's a different style. Who inspired you?
Well, I mean, it was an earlier producer that I was working with, in Philly, that basically, told me, once he started having, belief in what I do, he used to tell me all the time, yo, don't ever switch that raspiness up in your voice. Like, that's your voice, you know what I'm saying? Even if they say, well, Dad, you don't talk like that, or you don't sound like that when you talk, but the music, the beats, and, being in the booth does something else to me. So it brings out a bigger beast than what I'm already is, and that's what he told me. And I stuck to that, you know what I'm saying? I stuck to that, and created my own style.
And the next track we're going to play in a moment is Check. Let's talk about Check. What is that about?
Man, Check was a fun song, man. Shout out to Tsunami, my little homie Young Calf, and my big homie Nard Bruno up on the south side, Old Nat, man. You know what I'm saying? Who was Nard Bruno. This was a fun track, man. It's with a bunch of guys I met on the south side of ATL, man, where I chose to lay my head when I first came down here. And these some good dudes, man, and all we talk about when we together is money, man. So, what better concept, but, let's just do a joint called Check, man. I invited them to the studio one day, and they came and turned up.
Okay, so we're going to play Check on Downtown Hott Radio. We'll be right back on the Real Rap Radio Show.
Yeah.